3 million rand, not a rumor. A claim made in court. Accused Bongani Ntanzi says the lead investigator, Brigadier Bongani Gininda, offered him R3 million to work with police. Gininda denies ever offering any money. Hold that number, R3 million, because it either exposes a broken investigation or it's a strategy to break the state's case. If you're new here, we don't pick sides. We dig. We follow what's said in court. So subscribe and stay with me. We're not stopping digging. Now, the case. 26 October 2014, Vosloris. Senzo Meyiwa is shot during an alleged home invasion and dies shortly after. South Africa waits years for arrests. 5 men are later charged and plead not guilty. The trial starts in 2022 and it's still going. In court, Gininda has testified that he believes this was a contract killing. He also alleged confessions pointed to Kelly Khumalo as a central figure. Kumalo has not been charged and she denies any involvement. The defense says those confessions were forced. The judge ruled they were made freely and voluntarily and admitted them into evidence. The fight now is credibility. Who do you believe and why? And that takes us back to the R3 million. On 12th of February 2026, at the Pretoria High Court, Ntanzi testified that after his 2020 arrest, Gininda asked if he wanted a deal and then asked one question. If you were to enter into a deal, would you take 3 million rand?
But what deal was he talking about to you?
Kodwa-ke kuwena yiphi le deal ayekhuluma ngayo?
Yena ideal ekhuluma ngayo ke wangibuza ukuthi ngiyazi ukuthi ikhona imali eyabekwayo ukuthi umuntu ozokhomba abantu ababulala usenzo ukuthi kuzophuma imali ngathi mina cha.
He asked me if I knew as to whether there was a ransom that was put aside for people or for a person that would be able to identify Senzo's killers. I said no.
Yena abesethi kimi wena mawungenza ideal ungayithatha le mali u3 million ngathi mina mahala lo.
He then asked me if you were to enter into a deal, would you then take the 3 million? I then said no. I then, it was at that time where I informed him that the money that I was getting or being paid at the mine was enough for me as well as the family that I was maintaining. That which you are telling me, I am not a part of it. He then said to me, you'll.
Whilst he's talking to you about this deal,
Ntanzi told the court he rejected the offer. He said he told Gininda he had no deal with the police and would never have one. He testified that Gininda grew frustrated because Ntanzi was not willing to implicate himself or anyone else in the murder. He also told the court that an attorney named Dominic Ntokozo Mjiako came to see him, claiming his sister had sent him. But according to Ntanzi, instead of helping him, Mjiako also allegedly wanted him to confess. Ntanzi says he refused, and Mjiako stopped representing him. Now, this is not the first time this allegation has surfaced. Back in January 2024, defense advocate Thulani Mngomezulu, who has since passed away in December 2024, made the same accusation during cross-examination of Gininda. He alleged that Gininda went to Ntanzi on June 21, 2020, apologized for the assault, and offered him 3 million rand to implicate the right people. Gininda denied it completely. He told the court he was shocked by the claim. He said his unit did not have a budget of 3 million rand. He said it would make no sense to offer a bribe on June 21 when the accused had already confessed on June 19. Let me break down the numbers for you, because this is where it gets interesting. According to the confession that the state says Ntanzi made voluntarily, he was allegedly paid 45,000 rand for his role in the murder, 15,000 on the day, 3,000 afterward. Sibia, according to his confession, allegedly received 3,000 rand. So think about this. The alleged payment for a contract killing of the captain of Bafana was reportedly 45,000 rand. And now, the accused claims the investigator offered him 3,000 rand. That is 66 times the alleged payment for the hit itself. Let me put that in perspective. 3,000 rand. That is more than most South Africans will earn in a decade. That is enough to buy a house in many parts of the country. And yet, According to Gininda, his entire unit did not have that kind of budget. Gininda denies the offer ever happened, and he has said his unit would not have had that kind of money. If a court ever found such an offer was made, it would raise serious questions about where that money could come from. Where would that money come from? The lead investigator himself said his unit did not have that kind of budget. So the question is not just whether the offer was real. The question is, if it was, who was funding it? And if it was not, why does the accused keep repeating this claim at this specific moment in the trial? Because timing matters. Ntanzi is now testifying in his own defense. This is his chance to undermine the confession that the state is relying on. And what better way to do that than to suggest the entire investigation was compromised from the start? And he is not alone in making these claims. Sibiya, the first accused, also testified in October 2025 that he was beaten and forced to sign documents. He showed the court scars on his wrists. He described the tubing. He said officers told him to sign, and he did, because the assault would not stop.
I'm being assaulted, my lord, when I respond and saying that there is no truth, I know nothing, and then that's when Mabena then saying that you are misleading my superiors, you don't want to tell the police the truth.
Do you know who started assaulting you?
Ingabe uyazini ukuthi ubani owaqala ukushaya?
Umuntu webhizi nami kungoplastic kwakunguye lo Mabena.
The person that was busy with me with the plastic, it was Mabena.
Ngoba uJonathan mfishane kunami wazama ngawehluleka ngamandla phela nami ngangibhidika inqela kwase kuphinda kubuya yena uMabena.
Because Jonathan is shorter than me, he tried, but he couldn't get through to me because I was also not standing still, and then Mabena came back.
Now, when you say Mabena was busy with you with the plastic bag, what do you mean? Explain fully, describe fully, what are you saying?
Uma uthi ke umuntu wayebhizi nawe ngawo uplastic kwakuMabena usho ukuthini?
Angithi inkosi enkantolo uMabena uplastic ufake ekhanda uyawubamba lapha ngithi. Uplastic uyashisa ngaphathi ngizama ukulwa naye bangibambile la bezandleni.
Mabena placed the plastic over me. He then held it here, that is now on my neck, and then it's hot. As the plastic is put, it's hot there. So I'm trying to fight, but now these others are holding me. Because when they put plastic over your head, and then there's no air that comes in.
Describe the plastic bag that was used by Mabena at the locality.
Ngicela ke usho uchaze uplastic lo owasetshenziswa uyena uMabena kuleya ndawo.
Uplastic ngangishupha ngawo nalo wase-Truent.
The plastic that was placed over me or put over my head was the Truent plastic.
And what happened as Mabena is placing the plastic bag over you? Were you asked questions whilst the plastic bag is over your head?
Ufaka uplastic kuwena ekhanda kwakwenzekani? Wawuthi uma ngabe uplastic ufaka ubuzwe imibuzo.
Mangifaka uplastic ekhanda ngibuze ukuthi wakhuluma wona manje ngikhuluma nami nangiyalwa ngishona phansi ngoba phela bangibambile izandla ngishona phansi ukuthi ngizama uvikela ekhanda ngithi ngishona phansi.
As the plastic is put over me, I'm then told that talk, and then I'm trying to fight. I would go down because I'm trying now to defend my head, so I will go down, the witness indicating a downward movement with his head.
Then when
the plastic gets removed, I will then be told, talk. I'll say that, I will then say, there's nothing to talk. I know nothing about the death of Senzo.
The key defense witness, Sifiso Gwabini Zungu, nephew of State Witness Constable Sizwe Zungu, took the stand in November 2025 and directly contradicted his uncle's testimony. He accused Gininda of assaulting his uncle and forcing him to sign a statement implicating the accused. Even the father of the state's key witness, Absalom Zungu, denied ever making a statement to Gininda that pointed to Sibiya and Ntanzi. He alleged that Gininda worked together with his son to fabricate evidence. Gininda has denied wrongdoing. And then there is Senzo's own brother, Senzo Meyiwa, who has publicly called for Gininda's arrest. According to reports, Sifiso said the investigator disrespected the family by allegedly bribing people and lying. And hovering over all of this, there is a name that keeps coming back: Kelly Khumalo. Gininda testified in May 2025 that the NPA blocked her arrest despite what he described as evidence linking her to the accused. Phone records, confessions that named her, a photo of a bag full of cash found in her phone's memory album, allegedly in the same location as accused number 3. She has never been charged. She has denied involvement. In July 2025, she posted a video saying, and I am paraphrasing here, "Enough is enough. Stop dragging my name through the mud. If you believe I did it, come and get me." Disbarred advocate Malesela Tefo even went on a popular podcast and claimed that Kelly accidentally shot Senzo during a fight, a completely different theory from the state's case. He alleged he was offered over 45 million rand to stay quiet. So we now have multiple theories. The state says it was a contract killing. The defense says the confessions were fabricated. A disbarred lawyer says it was an accident. And the lead investigator's own credibility is being challenged from every direction. This trial has been going on for nearly 4 years. The state closed its case in July 2025. It is now the defense's turn, and the state prosecutor, George Baloyi, has already complained that Ntanzi keeps repeating his testimony every time the court resumes, going over the same ground again and again. Is that a strategy? Is that a man who is afraid of being caught in an inconsistency? Or is it someone who genuinely believes his story and wants to make sure the court hears every detail? Meanwhile, accused number 1, Sibia, was convicted in a completely separate case in August 2025. Life imprisonment plus 80 years for an armed robbery and murder in KwaZulu-Natal. That is not evidence in this trial, but it is context. Accused number 4, Mafisa, already tried to have his charges dropped, arguing there was no independent evidence against him. The judge denied that application in September 2025. So here we are, almost 12 years after Senzo Meyiwa was gunned down. 5 men in the dock. A lead investigator accused of bribery and assault. Confessions that may or may not hold up. A woman described in court testimony as a possible mastermind, who has not been charged and denies involvement. 3 million rand, that is the number, and it keeps coming back. In 2024, through his lawyer. In 2026, from his own mouth. The allegation refuses to die, and until someone proves it one way or the other, it sits there like a crack in the foundation of this entire case. And I have 3 questions for you. First, if a lead investigator allegedly offers 3 million rand to an accused person, is the goal to find the truth or to build a story? And who benefits from that story? Second, if the confessions were truly voluntary, why do multiple witnesses, including the family of the state's own key witness, claim the investigator used force? And why does the state's case rely so heavily on statements that the accused say were beaten out of them?
Now, when you say Mabena was
Pointing the tongue.
yeah, noted. Thank you. What do you mean? Explain fully. Why did you affix the thumbprint on this document?
Kwakungani ubeke isithupha kulamaphepha?
Mase ngifuna ukuphumula lapho sankada sangikhathela ukushaya.
I wanted to rest my lord. I was tired of being assaulted
Ngoba kwakuthiwa ngihlonipha amaphoyisa amakhulu.
because it was alleged that I do not respect senior police officers
Abangase ngimukele ngithi okunye nokunye abafuna ukwenza bakwenze.
because I had accepted that whatever it is that they wanted to do, let them do it.
But the question is this: did you place or affix this thumbprint of your own free will and volition?
Third, after almost 12 years, 4 years of trial, and millions of rands in legal costs, are we any closer to knowing who really killed Senzo Meyiwa? Or has this case become something else entirely? Drop your answer in the comments. Tell me what you think is really happening here. And if you made it this far, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, share this video, because we are not going to stop digging until someone answers these questions. I will see you in the next one.